offense and the defense chops to take the win again.
Well, the pressure is on and the bases are built. It is time to see who is going to be joining Darkest Muzan in the final. It's INTZ taking on Atn.attax.
Yeah, we got Atn.attax with the very first attack here, coming in with the hybrid. We've been seeing many hybrid attacks here in the semifinals, and Linade is doing that as well. Gonna take out this clan castle very easily all the way on the outside, and you see how that clan castle is far away from any defense inside the core of this base. Is that because of the new meta base designs trying to stop those lightning spells? Well, will it open up to those queen charge hybrid attacks? We'll have to see, as this queen's gonna try to charge her way straight into this base. Does have 2 super wall breakers, should be able to easily remove this town hall, but keep your eye on that single target inferno. And look at this, the ground skellies popped as the queen was out of range of that single, Woody.
Yeah, that single target Inferno is definitely going to force out the Queen ability. If she doesn't use it here, she would go down. Oh, instead, it's going to use that freeze spell. Another good way to shut down that Inferno beam. Once she heats up with that rage spell, she should be able to take it down. Does force out another rage, though. Linade haven't invested a lot of spells for this early attack, but should be able to continue on pace afterwards. Uses a siege barrack out in the left lane and catches a couple of Teslas set up over there. Nice early hit for Linade here as he continues his path to destruction through the base. Town Hall goes down for the first star.
I was going to say I was worried that the queen wasn't going to go for the wall there because the second super wall break opened the clan castle compartment down south, but the queen is now charging her way straight into the scatter shot, taking out the sweeper, and then the hybrid will be able to move straight onto this eagle artillery to the top side. The P.E.K.K.A.'s all the way up, actually tanking that archer tower with a wizard. Oh, it does go down, but he's got a ton of troops still up in this core. This is looking pretty solid here with the miners and 1 freeze still to use and that royal champion ability, Woody.
I'm not going to call it too early, but this looks like a 3-star to me, Carbon Fin. Linade's forces looking deadly as they path destruction through this base. Only a single target Inferno up on top looks scary. I guess the Wizard Tower could deal some damage, but these troops are so well spread out, and those miners are tracking almost perfectly right onto the defenses, just as Linade would hope that they would. No giant bombs are blowing up this time. It is an easy trip for Linade. Still has got a swag free spell and a balloon he was holding on to. So Lino's base has been dominated, and Linade will continue his victorious rampage for the first triple of this war.
Beautiful attack from Linade of Atn.attax to start off this semifinals war against INTZ, coming in with the classic hybrid attack strategy right there to show how strong it really is, getting so many 3-stars now here in the semifinals. They're sticking back to what they know. They've been using it for so long, and that was a beautiful 3-star from Linade.
All right, we're going to swing the pendulum back to INTZ. It's going to be their turn to attack now. Remember, they have got the highest hit rate and best defenses of any clan so far in this qualifier. They also have 3 members who have got perfect wars so far. That's going to be Marinal, Renan, and Air, who have tripled with both of their attacks. So big expectations for these guys. They have been flawless in their first couple of stages, and going up against an Atn.attax team that they've beaten before, we have high expectations for him. But I don't know, it might just wind up being a repeat of our previous war. Any given Sunday, any squad can move forward depending upon the level of adaptability that they show and this skill and design of their bases. So let's go ahead and take a look at the first attack. It's going to be from one of those 3-star hitters. Renan is going up against Boom, using a mass dragon army against a base that's pretty well spread out. He's going to rely on those bat spells toward the end to finish off key defensive structures. Notably, air defenses, Inferno towers are all kind of tricky to deal with.
Yeah, absolutely. Coming in with the drag bat. 11 dragons. King's going to be used all in the top side. Like you mentioned, these defenses are pretty spread out here. Hopefully, let's see if these dragons can push their way through. But the biggest thing you have to keep your eye on when you use those bats is where the splash damage defenses are. The scatter, the wizard tower, the multi-target inferno, because that stuff is deadly to the bats. We have Renan coming in with that royal champion to start it off. The super wall break going to help break the initial compartment here so the queen can walk right next to this town hall. Pops her ability, going to try to take out the scatter. Will she be able to do it? One more shot, and yes, the scatter goes down. The queen pops her ability and also grabs the town hall beautifully. Can she even grab the sweeper? So much value from this initial charge.
Oh, she definitely is going to get that sweeper. The other one pointed down toward the bottom is not going to cause any problems at all for Renan. This Eagle Artillery can be be deadly against closely packed clumps of troops. So watch these dragons, and if you're an INTZ fan, hope that they stay relatively spread out. That'll help insulate them from the oncoming fire. Early Grand Warden Eternal Tome will protect them from the Inferno Towers, so heating up, but there's still a single target on the back end that can deal a lot of damage. Might wind up taking down 1 or even 2 of these dragons. There's 3 free spells here for Renan, but he's holding on to all 3 of them, apparently, for the bat stage of this attack. Here they go, coming in on the downside at the 5 o'clock position. Stone Slaver to help back them up, but watch that Wizard Tower right there. That can cause a lot of damage to bats in a very short amount of time.
Yeah, he's got 2 freezes left. He does decide to use it here on the Expo and Wizard Tower. He still has the Stone Slammer still alive. He's got the dragons. He uses that final freeze spell on the Wizard Tower. He needs these bats to move around, but this is looking really strong. The dragons are going to have to fly back around. No, he does drop actually an archer towards 3, and this is looking like a 3-star for Renan with that Stone Slammer still yet to pop. The dragons are going to stay up. Beautiful job right here, and this is going to be an answer for a 3-star for INTZ.
Awesome read by Renan. You don't see those Mass Dragons all that often, but when the base does call for them, as you can see, they can get the job done. Mass Drags and Mass E-Drags, high-flying aerial attack that is able to rival the Laloon in some of the most crucial circumstances. But when those base defenses are so spread out, makes it difficult to drop lightning and earthquake on them. Sometimes you just got to call in the big guns, Carbon.
Yeah, absolutely. Some crazy stuff. Banks, this is some amazing war right here. Back-to-back triples.
Yes, indeed. The captain from Atn.attax, Boom, was not able to fend off Renan's attack. What an incredible start to this matchup. 2 triples to kick us off. This is looking to be a spicy war.
Oh, yes, it definitely is. Oh, these dragons push their way straight through the core with that multi-target Inferno. And man, that Stone Slammer didn't even pop, would he?
It didn't, yeah. It held on to it until the very end of the raid when he used it for cleanup, but yeah, plenty of time afterwards. So hats off to him. Congratulations on the first triple, keeping pace with Atn.attax.
Yeah, now we're going to see the attack coming in with some more bat spells from Vale, dropping that blimp into the queen compartment here. You're going to see a potential use of a rage. No, decides not to do it. Going to leave that queen up, does not pull out the CC, which is all the way down south at 6 o'clock next to that town hall. Does start this Grand Warden. You're going to have the Warden set this funnel here, taking his time, because you don't want to drop that Warden and then drop the blimp, because if it's too close, that Warden will go and follow that blimp once it pops with those Yetis that would come out. So that's happened to me before. I've done it, so I definitely have the experience to know where you don't want to just deploy the Warden a little bit too early. Still is waiting on the healers, and the beautiful job of waiting on these healers here is that these healers can go straight onto these Yetis. Don't need it for the Grand Warden, so you're not risking the healers staying away from the main group that you need.
Yeah, the advantage of his really long range is that he can snipe down a lot of buildings in a pretty short amount of time, especially when they're undefended, like in the base that Bernal had set up here. Volley moving in straight toward that multi-target Inferno through the Giga Inferno at the Town Hall and busting it down in short order. Uses the Grand Warden's Eternal Tome. Perfect timing there. Popped it a little early, but still just in time to protect from the big blast of the Town Hall. Moving along the bottom corner of this base, so he hasn't really found much of a way to crack into the interior. He's going to rely on that Archer Queen to get a few pop shots over on the right side corner, but still has to face down against an Eagle Artillery up on the top. Hopefully the bats can get it. That's the next target. There they go, swooping on in and taking it down.
Yeah, there's the biggest thing. Now the bats can need to clear this whole top side. They're going to grab the Eagle Artillery. There are no air targeting things other than the air defenses, but they target these bats so slow, so they're not a threat to the bats as they move around. The Expo and the Wizard Towers are a big threat. He's pushing his way through the road. Champion is doing a lot of work to these bats. Still has his King ability. 1 freeze left. Needs to take out the single target Inferno. Drops the freeze finally. Oh my goodness, look at this Royal Champion just running around to these bats here.
Double duty with that free spell, protecting the Grand Warden from the single target Inferno and protecting the bats from that Wizard Tower. Vale is absolutely up to the task. Atn.attax are on their way to another triple. This is going to be a killer war, Carbon. I'm really looking forward to the fireworks continuing to go off here as Atn.attax get 6 stars in their first 2 hits.
Oh my goodness, this back-to-back 4 triples in a row in this war. Absolutely incredible to see all these 3 stars. We're seeing such amazing attacks. Vale with a beautiful Warden Eternal Tome to pop that ability to protect the bowlers through. He did use the super wall breaker right there. He was thinking maybe the troops could path into the core or the queen. She did actually go a little bit to the right side, but those bats got tremendous value through the top side. Got to the Eagle Artillery super quick, because if you don't, the Eagle could target onto the bats and absolutely destroy them. But we're jumping into the very next attack here, which is gonna be Bernal, and he's coming in with one of his favorite attacks, which involves pretty much a queen charge, and it's gonna be the queen charge Lalo here, Woody.
Yeah, Bernal is known for being one of the best queen charge players in the game, able to pierce multiple walls with very little resistance, cracks through the outer layers there with a super wall breaker, and is holding on to his 5 healers until he gets just the perfect positioning here. He's already sent a baby dragon and maybe kind of scope around and find a seeking air mine, but doesn't see one. Instead, he's going to add a balloon on top here, but it's a little bit behind those healers. Going to have to path forward if it's going to protect him from it. Looks like he does get it out just in time. Bernal from INTZ, known for being one of the stronger attackers on this squad. In fact, most of the players that we asked here said that he has got the highest hit rate from anyone on their team, so expect to see great things from him here. The perfect war, the perfect war is still possible. The dream is alive.
Absolutely pulls out that clan castle right now with the headhunters. Beautiful use of that giant to protect the royal champion a little bit longer. This is a multi-target inferno, so actually there's 2 multi-target infernos right on the top side, so the queen can make a beautiful charge through this area. There is the hound with the pups activating, and let's see, we does go through it right there from the poison spell, no worries, and does deploy the stone slammer, and that stone slammer can activate that town hall since there is the only 1 tile gap between it. Let's see, this queen's gonna pops that queen ability. Some ground skeletons pop as long as all the healers are targeted by the Eagle Artillery as well.
That's not good for Bernal. They're taking a lot of fire, but the queen has locked on. Finally takes down that multi-target inferno, but I don't know if she's got it in her to take down this Eagle Artillery. She's shooting, she's firing away, doesn't have her ability though, and the Eagle survives. Bad news for Bernal. That could be a lot of damage. He's really got to get to the Eagle Artillery fast. Sends in the balloons with the protection of the Grand Warden and uses that Eternal Tome ability to protect them from that Town Hall damage, but the Eagle Artillery on the backside is not their first target. Moving forward to Expo first. Will they be able to path over toward the left? I'm a bit worried. A big bomb goes off and Bernal's forces have been destroyed, Carbon.
Wow, the queen charge went down right here. INTZ Bernal, you think that the queen, usually Bernal is able to keep that queen alive through this incredible amount of DPS on her, and unfortunately she was not able to, and Bernal is gonna fall short. I was saying that there was so many triples, I was just losing track, but unfortunately I might just jinx Bernal here into this attack, and he's gonna fall short. It's gonna be in the mid-70s. The Eagles stayed up, did a massive amount of work. Really nice try, but now we're gonna be seeing INTZ down, and alternate attacks with their 2 triples have a big advantage going into their next attack.
A glorious queen charge through the top end of the space, but Bernal's main forces wrecked by the defenses here. A 73% 2-star is super detrimental for INTZ. Banks?
That really is. Bernal really unfortunate there, because at this stage in the game, as we've seen already from these 2 teams, INTZ and Atn.attax, you need these perfect scores to close it out, because you never know. There is always the possibility that there is going to be a perfect war, especially from Atn.attax and that incredible attack from Vale in the previous match.
Yeah, absolutely. And we were thinking, because both these teams have gotten perfect wars in the qualifiers here, that there is the potential for a perfect, and if there was a perfect, it would come down to the average attack time between the 2 clans in this war here. But we're gonna have to see. We have Yo-Yo coming in with this queen charge into the hybrid, which you've been seeing so much here in the semifinals. The balloons are down. Baby Dragon on the outside, send the funnel with the Yeti as well. And there comes that first and only super wall break into the Town Hall. But look at that. The Inferno Dragon forces the queen to pop that freeze. Gonna get through the CC and then make her way towards this Town Hall.
Poison spell to take down those pups, and a rage to try to keep her nice and pointed on target, healed up as well. JoJo's had to spend a lot of spells off the front end here, but he will be rewarded with a Town Hall kill. Archer Queen gets the lock on, but wow, those scatter shot hits have destroyed a huge chunk of those healers' hit point pool. gotta be wary of that sort of hit, especially when you're relying so much on the queen. The healers are actually going to split up now, interestingly enough. A couple of them pathing through the top to support these Hog Riders in the top end. We got a couple of more heal spells left to support them as well. Multi-target Infernos in the back can deal a ton of damage to a hybrid hit like this, so gotta keep them topped off. That actually winds up playing to JoJo's benefit, but I'm not sure if he's got the force to deal enough damage to get through these defenses. Multi-targets are just wrecking this hit so far, Carbon.
Yeah, there's the multi-target Infernos on the top side. The Royal Champion is doing amazing work. The Air Expo is taking out these healers, and unfortunately, a lot of these troops, they did path around the top side. Is he going to have enough to move his way through? The Royal Champion Hogs finally come out of the siege barracks, but that multi over, the two multis up top are doing amazing work here, Woody.
JoJo finally given the same sort of attack that INTZ just put up. Looks like they're going to be both neck and neck now with a couple of 3-stars, but not able to pull off the triple here. He's going to continue to path around the bottom side of the space, though, and to his advantage, has got a lot of easy snipes to get that overall damage percentage up. Expected to go actually up into the mid-high 80% with this healed-up queen. She doesn't have her ability left, but the only big targets that I see that she's got to face up against are going to be a multi-target Inferno and that Royal Champion. Ought to be able to survive, though, so it's just going to be a matter of time to see how many buildings she can take down before things run out.
Yeah, this is going to give INTZ definitely some really good breathing room because they did also get that 2-star, but Yo-Yo is looking to add the more just a little bit more percent, as much as he possibly can here, trying to get closer to the mid-80s. He has about 14 seconds left. This queen might not survive this with the Expo, the Royal Champion. Can he take it? No, the queen does go down for an 84% 2-star right there, and Atn.attax sitting with three attacks in and 94.7% right now. Really solid, but we've been seeing both these clans put up perfect wars, put up super high percent. So we're going to have to see some really good attacks. We need to see more triples for the team to advance.
Oh yeah, INTZ has got a triple here and now to stay competitive against Atn.attax. Look at the percentage race right now. Atn.attax ahead by almost 8%, and with that triple that they scored the first couple of attacks, they've got a good star lead as well. But Air is definitely the guy that you want to call in for a ground attack to get the 3-star. He's one of those hitters for INTZ that has gotten the 3-star every single time so far, but he actually is going to be going in with an air attack this time instead. He's got 2 Lava Hounds and 19 balloons to back up this push. The Queen Charge is going to get 5 healers to bolster her push into the right corner of this base. Pulled a Skeleton Trap early, but that's not going to be much of a problem for him, as she'll be able to pop them down pretty quickly here. Multi-target Infernos all over this base. Pretty atypical to see all 3 set to multi-carbon.
Yeah, deciding to run the multi-target Infernos. He did not pull out the full CC, and he did not take out that multi-target Inferno, so that could come to backfire, especially with a Lalo, and he only has 18 balloons. That is not many balloons, which means he's going to rely on this Queen Charge to take out so much of this base. And he knows since they are multi-target Infernos, the Queen won't go down to a single, so it's looking pretty strong. As long as the Queen can stay alive, the Lava Hound will go down super easily. The Royal Champion's moving her way through, and as long as there's the Town Hall finally activates. Royal Champion's not going to make it past it all too much. But this Queen has potential. Wait a second. Will she target? Yes. Oh, no!
Oh, no!
The Queen!
Forces out her ability into Scatter Shot, instantly annihilates her. The splash damage from that structure goes through even when she's invisible. Can't be targeted, but can still take damage. Air's attack has just completely fallen apart. Nothing left to say, Carbon Fin. There is no chance at a 3-star now.
No, not at all. With that Queen going down, that Scatter Shot did so much work to the Queen. And remember, if you rely onto the Queen auto ability, you could potentially lose her if it's that close. And now the Eagle all the way on the bottom side. Are we seeing a comeback to all multi-target Infernos potentially? Because we are seeing the air attacks coming back, because if you go up against multis and air expos, that is super difficult to get that 3-star. But look at this. This is going to be the lowest percentage attack of this war, and almost one of the lowest percentages of the whole qualifiers, Woody.
Air has bought the farm and no one's buying his goods. Only barely scoring the 2-star here now, pushing into the 60% range, but struggling even just to get that. Laboratory is going to go down and give him just one tiny little bit of help. But wow, INTZ have taken this opportunity and not been able to do hardly anything with it. Alternate attacks defenses are holding up so incredibly well. We questioned whether Volley was making the right call there with those 3 multi-target Infernos, but if you don't have a reliable way to get them down, you're in a lot of trouble, Banks.
INTZ were potentially granted a gift right there to get right back into this match, and they've just squandered it. 60% 2 stars. So unfortunate. Let's take a really quick look at the replay and just see where it all went wrong for Air Carbon.
Yeah, and unfortunately, that queen going down, he was relying on that queen to stay alive, to help take out the town hall, to scatter the enemy queen, and grab all of that value as he moved around the bottom side of that base. Unfortunate, because he didn't have that many balloons. He was relying on that queen to stay alive the whole time.
Yeah, super unfortunate to see an early stage hit like that fall apart. Got to go take some notes from Bernal, I guess. He's the guy who is best known for his queen charging, but let's go ahead and move on into the next attack. It's going to be from Ast. Ast from Alternate Attacks has got a really strong hit rate as well. He got 2 triples in the first couple of wars for Alternate Attacks. And is moving in now with another hybrid army, one of the highest hit rate squads in the game ever since the recent update. Going to use his CC Yetis to kind of smash through this top left side, taking down a single target Inferno. But an Inferno Dragon still remains, could cause some problems for Ast as it's going to path onto the Archer Queen later. Got to keep him away from heating up or else he can deal a massive amount of damage. And here it goes now. Healers are going to be moving in to support as well. Looks like she'll be able to pop it down.
Yeah, that Inferno Dragon will go down to the poison, and look at this Inferno Tower. The single target Inferno all by itself in the core of this base. A very awkward position here. Let's see how he's going to try to get this queen to path through it. The healers are underage. There's the next super wall break to help try to force this queen towards his Eagle Artillery. Looking pretty solid so far. And where's this queen going to go? No more wall breakers. She should be able to grab the Eagle. There comes the Hybrid, going to charge its way through. And this queen potentially can start to be on the wall to grab that single target Inferno as long as she stays out of range here, Woody.
Hog Riders are moving in and starting to hammer away at the right side corner here. Single target Infernos are no problem for them at all. Ast is going to keep them drilling through this base with the Grand Warden and Royal Champion to back up their hits. These defenses are getting annihilated. Nar mode through the bottom corner now. A big giant bomb's going to go off, but the Eternal Tome will protect them. Starting to hammer away at the Town Hall. Can they keep the Eternal Tome up in time? Yes, they will be protected from the big bomb that goes off there, and that should be the clear path with a 3-star for Ast.
Oh, beautiful job. Was able to pop that warden ability, perfectly timed, and was able to save everything through all those shots. And look at this. Royal Champion ability still alive. Look at all these miners still moving their way through. Queen's got her ability. She's going to walk all the way up and around, and the miners are going to come through. Granted, the Hogs did die off here, and the miners don't have too much health. But with this queen ability, she's going to be able to do massive amount of work. RC pops her ability, takes down some of the Teslas. With 50 seconds left, he's going to have the time to push his way through. The King has just a little bit of health. Very nice job right here. Going to put another 3-star on the board for Alternate Attacks.
I remember taking a look at the stats last year, and one of the biggest signals that an attack is going to turn out to be a 3-star is a queen surviving until the very end. She is looking very healthy, not even having to pop her ability until the last few seconds here for cleanup. Ast is very good with this attack and was well rewarded with a 3-star. Alternate Attack swooping ahead now and nearly out of range for an INTZ squad, considered to be possibly the favorites in this matchup, but now falling short with 3 attacks under their belt. They're going to have to put back-to-back 6-pack up here if they want to get back in the race.
Yes, absolutely. INTZ needs to bring the 3-stars to compete here now with Alternate Attacks and hope that their defense, their final defense, is going to hope, because we haven't even seen a 1-star in this whole competition here so far in the qualifiers. And I don't want to see it, but there's always the possibility. And we're going to see the next attack now coming in from Celino of INTZ. And he's going to come in with this queen to charge Hogs. Decides to bring 1 headhunter as well with 2 super wall breakers. And look at that clan castle all the way in the core. And there's no value around it, which means going to have to deal with it somehow. Here comes the blimp over towards 3 o'clock. Needs to help take this section down. Potentially going to try to charge this queen into the town hall. There it is. Drops a rage. Look, gets to this air defense. Pulls that CC out. And going to be able to take the scatter out as well. Going to be some nice value with this blimp so far.
Yeah, they're targeting onto the scatter and just gets them to go down thanks to those Yeti Mites bouncing onto a Tesla as well. Here comes the Queen charge in the bottom right corner. She's going to be able to pull away those CC troops and finish them off without any defensive firepower directly onto her, except for this one little mortar, which isn't going to cause her much problems. Selino for INTZ needs to get that triple. We've said it time and again for this INTZ squad, but really there is no wiggle room at all. They need back-to-back triples here just to get 13 stars and hope that alternate attacks whiffs on their final hit, because it seems like they are far and ahead the favorite on that percentage destruction race and would almost certainly win a tiebreaker on that. So Selino, with barely a hope and a prayer, is going to be moving in with this Archer Queen. Getting fired on by this single target, though, forces out the freeze spell, but that should still be enough for her to be able to finish off the Town Hall. Moving in with the Barbarian King as well to kind of chop through the enemy King. It looks like Selino's first stage has gone according to plan. His 27 Hog Riders don't have any miners to back them up, though. What is going through the mind of a pro player like Selino when he chooses to go for all Hogs rather than going for the hybrid carbon?
Yeah, it looks like Hogs is a great choice when there are a lot of storages when you're moving around with the hybrid, right? So it looks like on the top side, there's some elixir storages there. There's obviously the CC in the court, but the Queen's able to grab that. Sometimes it's the preference of the player. The Hogs can move in, and they go from defense to defense, pops this Grand Warden ability, and they are stronger as long as you can keep the momentum with the Hogs pushing their way around, because the ground scallies can slow up the miners, and typically you end up losing the push with the Grand Warden staying back with the miners because they're a little bit slower than the Hogs since they go out in front for the defenses. But this is looking crushed with another heal still to use. Look at how many Hogs are still alive, and he still has the Queen ability intact. The Wizards are going to be using on the outside for a cleanup here. There's just like, I didn't even lose any of these Hog Riders here, Woody.
I didn't notice any of them going down. Selino with just a beautiful hit, a textbook Hog Rider play, has just wiped out this base, has got plenty of time left, and the overall damage ticking up to 100% now. The 3-star guarantee for Selino now for INTZ. The squad is still in it and praying with their fingers crossed that they can get over the hump. An alternate attack squad still beating them by 1 star before we go into the last 2 rounds.
Selino bringing in that second triple for INTZ in this semi-final, but is it going to be enough? But I'm not really sure, because up next for alternate attacks we do have the captain, it's Boom. But first, let's take a really quick look at this replay, Carbon.
Yeah, it was a beautiful Grand Warden Eternal Tome to protect all those Hogs as they moved into the core of that base. And a lot of people are trying to identify, when do I do hybrid, when do I do Hogs? Well, a lot of times, personal preference of which one you like. The hybrid is safer to do if you're going to charge into the Town Hall. It can save the 2. Hogs can be a little bit more risky, but we're going to see Boom, like you mentioned, coming in for the final attack here for alternate attacks, going in with the Yeti Bow Bat. Looks to use 5 of these bats with the Yetis and Bowlers, and drops the healers onto this Grand Warden to set that Warden funnel. You do have this Town Hall all the way down south at 6 o'clock. So this is a big attack here for alternate attacks. Can they charge? The INTZ needs this defense to be able to help stay in it because of the percentage.
Boom and Marinol, the pitch hitters for these 2 squads. They both have been flawless in their attack so far. 5 hits from these 2 guys combined, and all 5 of them have been 3-star hits. It's Boom for alternate attacks, trying to deliver the nail into the coffin with a 3-star here. Alternate attacks moves ahead to the finals. Impossible for INTZ to catch up. And as you mentioned, Carbon, it's got to be a 1-star to give INTZ even the slimmest chance. Maybe a 2-star, really low percentage could get INTZ back in the fight, but Boom is not known for giving up that easily. The Yeti smash with 5 bats to back it up is going to deal a massive amount of damage. Cruising around toward the bottom side of this base where that Town Hall is situated. He's looking really strong with his early Warden ability to protect the troops as they take a ton of shots from the scatter shot. They're moving in now through this top right side compartment and starting to crunch away at the main stage of this base.
Yeah, unfortunately, that Warden ability was super early there. And I think the Queen getting locked down. Did he miss one of the troops that's trying to get into the core? The Blimp is going to take this Town Hall down. But can he adapt here? I don't know if it's going exactly the plan, because usually you don't ever want to pop the ability for that Warden super early unless you have wall breakers, a Blimp to try to charge his way in. He's pushing his way with the Giant outside. He still has the bats to use. And there's the headhunters. They're going to run all the way to the core to that queen. But the enemy queen is still alive in the core. Oh, this is not looking good.
Yeah, a bit late on that super wall break, but still has got 5 bat spells that he'll be able to drop, backing him up with 3 freezes up top. If we zoom out, we can see the entirety of the attack here as he's dropping these free spells to try to protect these bats from the wizard tower. But yeah, as you noted, that living Archer Queen up on top is going to be enough to defend here. Boom from Atn.attax slipping up in a rare misplay here, giving them just over 71% now as the queen goes down. There's going to be some additional cleanup along the outer edge here. But I don't know, even with this relative misplay, Atn.attax might still be out of range for INTZ to catch up. We're going to have to crunch the numbers on the backside. Their overall destruction will be going down from 96%, but they've got a 13% destruction lead over INTZ, and I don't know if just a minor fail like this one is going to be enough to get INTZ back into the fight.
Yeah, look at that right there. This is a totally unexpected here for actually Boom of Atn.attax. Wow, just unbelievable. He might have forgotten that wall break, and the queen and the warden ability was super early here as he was moving around, and then he sent that blimp in for the town hall to try to secure it. But there's a lot of things that went unfortunate that he would have definitely changed. Very nice try from Boom, but now INTZ are looking to get this 3-star right here, and it looks like if they do, can they get the percent victory, because they'll tie it all up on stars. Unbelievable.
Yeah, I'm crunching numbers right now, and 83.2% with the additional 20%. Looks like they could get up to just an 86.5%, even if they triple here. So I don't think it's possible for INTZ to make the comeback happen, but leave the number crunching for the folks at home. I'm excited to watch Marinol, one of the strongest attackers from INTZ and one of the most consistent 3-star hitters. Let's see what he does here. Starting off with a CC strike, takes it down with the lightning spells and earthquakes as well, right in the gut of the base, before he moves in with his triple lava hound, 31 balloon army. No healers for the queen this time. It's going to be all about the troops to get the job done.
Yeah, this Royal Champion is going to be used on the outside. It doesn't matter. Marinol has to triple here. The queen is down south, coming in with the Sui Lao, with the Zap Lao, pretty much, because those lightnings took out the Clan Castle, got the other sweeper on that side. We do have the scatter shot that is hitting onto this queen. The king burns his ability to run around. Ground Skeleton does pop on each side here, so he's not going to be able to grab the tunnel. I don't think he expected to, because that would have been an incredible amount of value to try to take that down here. But the queen is going to activate a town hall just barely, and now he can fly his way straight in. Does decide to use that blimp right there.
Yeah, battle blimp at the bottom corner, directs straight onto the town hall and will pop right over it, as long as he's brought some troops that... Oh, he's got a lava hound in there. Thought that he would have something else. Yeah, the sneaky goblins will be good enough to finish off the town hall for the first start here. Marinol continuing his path of destruction to the left corner of the base, dropping some minions on the left outer edge to get some cleanup, backing up those balloons as well. He's got a few haste spells and free spells to accompany this push, but man, these balloons are really spread out and are going to need some excellent coverage from lava hounds that are going in just a bit too fast for my liking. Marinol's popping those hounds early on, but wow, he's got an awesome spread on these balloons. Free spell on the Eagle Artillery, but that Archer Queen... Oh no, Archer Queen's down. It's a Barbarian King that got frozen there. He's not going to cause any trouble for the raid, and with the last pop there, I think that Marinol might just have this one, Carbon.
It's going to come down to this Royal Champion. The Lava Pups are on her. He does have the Grand War Internal Tome still to use. Pops it finally, but unfortunately, the Royal Champion is going to do so much work. The Grand Warden's going to go down here. He gets targeted by the single target Inferno. I don't think these Blues are going to have it. This is looking like a defense for Yo-Yo.
Wow, the defenses hold up thanks to that Royal Champion and one single target Inferno. The defenses are going to barely hold on this time. Marinol from INTZ has been denied once again. This INTZ squad has shown up in more playoffs matches in the Clash of Clans World Championships than any other team, and yet they have failed to get the golden ticket one more month in a row. Atn.attax will be advancing to the finals to face off against Darkest Muzan in what might be considered another possible upset. This was always known to be a very close war, but the 13-12 advantage for Atn.attax is definitely a decisive win for this squad, which went down to Tribe Gaming in their first war, but have come back on an absolute rampage, undefeated since that time, and doing an awesome job at keeping those 3-star rates high and mighty.
Yeah, the biggest storyline right here is both of the teams that are going to be in the finals both lost the opening matches. They went down to the lower brackets. Unbelievable mindset for both of these clans, and there we see right there Altern.attax getting the victory 13-12. Unbelievable.
It really was unbelievable. Atn.attax are going to be going through to the finals to face off against Darkest Muzan. What an incredible performance. And like you said, Carbon took the words right out of my mouth. Atn.attax and Darkest Muzan both lost their opening matches in the bracket. And INTZ and Tribe Gaming were looking so dominant throughout. But unfortunately, you have to bring your A game when it comes to the third day. Championship Sunday, this is the final that we're looking at right now. Darkest Muzan are going to be going up against Atn.attax.